Thank you. You had a question? Omer, Anadolu Agency, please.
Yes, I am from Turkey, and my question is, as you would expect, it's going to be about your relations with Turkey, which doesn't exist. So are you going to maintain your country's previous position about relations with Turkey, or are you going to take another initiative in the future, or consider take another initiative regarding relations with Turkey?
You know, the problem is that, unfortunately, the relationship with Turkey have been connected with the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, and it was done by the Turkish government. And it is a very strange situation when the relations between two countries can be so strongly connected with the third country, with the situation, with the relations of Armenia with the third country, and I mean Azerbaijan. And this situation, this perception of our relations, it is biggest problem for our relations with Turkey. And I've said already many times that we are ready to establish direct relationship with Turkey without any precondition, and we hope that Turkey is ready to do the same. Thank you. Laurence, Nouvelle d'Arménie.
Thank you. Sir, just a question, because we heard contradictory rumors about the further establishment of another ministry of the diaspora, or maybe this ministry of the diaspora is going to disappear. So my question is very simple. Are we going to have another structure to replace the ministry of the diaspora, or are we going on with this kind of same structure as it is now? And isn't it time to rethink a little bit the structure of the diaspora itself, since we are still talking about a diaspora, but in fact we have many diasporas with an S in the word? Thank you.
You know, I think that we have too much ministries in Armenia, and the number of ministries in our country should be cut. And we are in the process of discussing these structural reforms. And I'm sure that we will have a ministry of diaspora, but it can be not exclusive ministry. For example, we have a ministry of science and education, for example. And no one can say that we have no Ministry of Education, and no one can say that we have no Ministry of Science. So we can have Ministry of Diaspora, which could be not only Ministry of Diaspora, but can include Minister of Diaspora. So definitely we will have Minister of Diaspora. It depends, and the question is which will be the concrete structure and the concrete place of that ministry.
Well, no, my second question, sir, is just, can we have an approach from the diaspora, community by community, host country by host country, because it doesn't seem like we have a diaspora, a single diaspora, and do you think you're going to change this approach?
You know, it is an issue that we're discussing, and we are discussing permanently how to reform, how to change our government's approach to the diaspora, because of course we know and we see that diaspora isn't one body, and we should differentiate our approach toward the different layers of diaspora, the different communities of diaspora, and even toward the different layers of the same community, because we have different layers in every Armenian community in all around the world. And of course, we should try to make our policy toward diaspora and toward the diaspora's community more and more efficient. Thank you.
Felix Lavangardia, please.
Okay, Mr. Pashinyan, as you have been described as a liberal, and this is supposed to be a liberal revolution, and you have talked a lot about open economy. I would like to know your thoughts, your ideas, your projects on social welfare, meaning the health system, pensions, education, the rights of workers, because I think this is very important, because in a country where 30% of the population is reported to be living below the line of poverty, I think that no government can rely only on the private sector. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, I've never said that I'm liberal. Never said that. And there are some medias that describes me as a liberal. And yesterday or today, I read in Western newspaper, and there was written that I'm a centrist. And you know, the problem is that I think, and it is written in the program of our party, that in 21st century there aren't clear lines between the political ideologies, because in the 21st century these lines sometime disappeared, and now we can see that many liberals that sometime they are social democrats, and we can see some social democrats with some liberal views, etc., etc. And you know, it's to be honest, it isn't acceptable for me to name me or our party as liberal or centrist or social democrat, because I think that we should define the goals and the task that we should solve and fulfill. And I think that these goals are beyond of, as I name, isms, beyond of isms, because you know, actually democracy is maybe it's kind of liberal idea, but we have democracy in many countries that name themselves as conservative countries, etc. Or in the 21st century, we have communist society with the private property. It's according to the ideology, it is unacceptable, impossible to have communism and private property in the same place. So I think in 21st century things are changing a little bit, and I can consider myself as a liberal or centrist or social democrat, and I think that the solution of the issue of poverty in our country, it should be done through the encouraging people to develop their education, their skills, and to encourage our people to work and to be able to defend the rights of workers. It is, actually, it is our general idea, and it was our general idea within our campaign that we have said to our people that we should. It is the only way to solve our problems. It is to solve problems through the work, through job, and it is very important for solving social problems, national problems through the personal effort. And personal effort, it is more important thing to solve any national problem, and we are going to encourage our people to bring their personal effort to make real changes. And actually, it was a formula for our political revolution, and only personal effort of our citizen, every citizen, brought us to this velvet, non-violent, and people's revolution, and we are going to make the same in the term of economy, and we name it economic revolution, and we are going to encourage our people to be involved with their personal effort in our economic revolution. And economic revolution, it is most important our goal, and it was our main motto within the electoral campaign.
Corolla, your question is still in first. Corolla, Austrian TV, please.
Thank you so much. I have been here in September and now in December, so it's 2.5 months. And what I felt is that the people are really enthusiastic still now, but they have a little bit cooled down. And many people were saying now the government has the power to deliver. And I have met with people during your meetings, election campaign meetings, who said we have come here to greet our king. Don't you think that it will be quite hard to meet their expectations so shortly and so quickly that they won't be disappointed and perhaps organize the next revolution in a year or so?
You know, the general meaning of our revolution is to eradicate the need of revolutions. Because why in Armenia revolution happened? Because people weren't able, and there wasn't real opportunity to change government through the elections. And now it is the general meaning of revolution. In every future election, people can decide and change our government, and it is the general agreement agreement between our government and people, which concerns to expectation of our people. When I was opposition leader, people had expectation from me to make revolution in Armenia, and it was very frequent scene when someone stopped me in the street and asked why you don't do revolution. And every time I answer to this person, to these people, that I'm doing what I should do for revolution. That's you that unfortunately aren't doing what you should do for revolution. And now I'm saying the same about the economic revolution. Of course, people are expecting huge economic changes, and we are going to create conditions for this kind of changes. But my message is the same, that I'm going to do all I should do for economic revolution, but this revolution can happen only if our citizens and our people, or every person, will bring his personal effort for this revolution. And it is general idea. I didn't promise anyone that I will do everything instead of everyone. I didn't promise that. I promised that we will create necessary atmosphere for business, for economic activity, and we will create level playing field. We will eradicate economic monopolies, illegal restrictions, etc., and we have already done that. And now we want to encourage investors from diaspora, from Armenia, from international investors to come to Armenia and make investments and become a part of political revolution. As many international journalists became, due to their job, part of our political revolution, and now we expect that not only journalists but also investors, international investors and international business will come to Armenia and will become a part of our economic revolution. And we are going and we are intended to create Armenia from agricultural country to the technological country of 21st century. And I believe, and that's fact, that we have enough human resources for that, and we have political will for that, and we have proper atmosphere, political and economical atmosphere for that. And our hope that not only Armenian investors from Armenia and from Armenian diaspora, but also international investors will react to our changes and will come to Armenia to take part in our economic revolution.
Sarah,
and we are going to make Armenia from agricultural country to the industrial and technological country, and I'm sure that we will be able to do that.